5-2 BYU Cougars coming off a loss to Baylor last week. They go to Washington State with 4-3 on the season. If you go to Washington State and look what they've done the last 3 games, they're on fire. All 3 Pac-12 wins against Cal, Oregon State, and Stanford. But here's the big issue. They fire their head coach, Nick Rolovich, and 4 assistants off the staff. I don't know how the players are going to respond, but it's going to be tough for them to respond off of that. I like BYU in this game, even though they've lost their last 2 games after starting the season off 5-0. You look what they've been able to do. They haven't been able to stop the run. That's been key. Against Baylor, over 300 yards rushing on the ground they gave up and 4 touchdowns. But I think they're going to find a way this game to win because I don't know how prepared Washington State's going to be in this game without their head coach and 4 assistants. BYU is favored by 3. I think they win the game and cover. I don't think it's going to be a pretty game, but I think BYU wins this game 29-14.
Consider this, Mark. Nick Rolovich made $3 million a year. He walked away from that. That's how strongly he felt about that. I think that, Leach was an outstanding coach there at Washington State. But, Mark, Washington State is a very difficult place to play. It's hard to recruit. It has the lowest budget in the Pac-12. I mean, you could go on. And then they're going to get rid of him in the middle of the year. How totally unfair it is to players. They have won 3 in a row, and that is impressive. And beating Stanford 34-31 was very impressive. BYU lost 2 games in a row, and they were demolished by Baylor. But I say this. Baylor's a much better football team than people think. I think they're a very solid top 20 football team. When you look at BYU, they gave up 303 yards rushing, 222 yards passing. Your defense is very, very suspect. However, I think Hall's an excellent quarterback. I still think they're a good football team. I think Baylor or BYU does prevail in this football game, Mark. 31, Washington State, 18.